This accelerometer is really cool because it's a real great visualization of exactly what acceleration is, but it doesn't really give you any numbers. You can't tell if you're pulling 2 Gs or 10 Gs in a turn. Hopefully you're not pulling 10 because you might black out. But the point is that it doesn't give you accurate measurements. It doesn't give you any measurements at all. It's simply a visualization technique. Here's a better way to actually see the Gs that you're pulling. G is your gravitational force or your acceleration, and to also measure how many Gs you have. Okay, so what you need is a circle of tubing. This tubing can be 3/4 of an inch in diameter to about 5/8, something large. If you only have the thin stuff, then that's what you can use too. And it's best if you can find a barbed union. Now it can be nylon or it can be metal, your choice. If you don't have one of these and you just have the tubing, you want to use packing tape, not duct tape. Use packing tape around to try and seal this as best you can. The union's really going to give you the best sealing though, because we're going to fill this full of a liquid. Okay, so here's what you need to do. My next step is to insert the union. Okay. And if you have pipe clamps or you want to use pipe clamps, you can use those as well. And before I close it off, I'm going to fill it full of a liquid. And I'm only going to fill it till it's half full. And I want my liquid to be colored. It doesn't have to be colored, but I want to be able to see it a little bit better. It's just a visual thing. So put a few drops of food coloring down your tube. Again, you don't have to have it, but it's nice to have. And you want to get 2 people to help you with this. You want to hold it to the position it's going to be at and kind of look and see where your halfway mark's going to be. Okay, so you want to fill it about halfway. Okay, so go ahead and grab some water and do that right now. So once you have your liquid in here and your tube is half full of water, go ahead and attach your other end to the barbed nylon or barbed metal union in here. Okay, so you have a full circle. Okay, so I have a circle, it's approximately half full of water. Now, how does this thing register G-force? That's a really good question. I'm also going to use a Sharpie marker as well as a protractor. And here's what I want to do. I'm going to make the union my 12 o'clock position. Okay, and I'm going to make my 3 and 9 o'clock positions on the side. My 6 o'clock position is at the bottom. Okay, I want to mark off my 3 and my 9 o'clock. Okay, and I'm just going to put a line there using my Sharpie. Okay, so this mark here, this is going to be when there's no acceleration. Okay, you're at a constant velocity. Okay, and when I've got these 2 lined up, that's when I'm at constant velocity. Okay, now I'm going to go from my union to this mark here. I'm going to go halfway in between, and that's where my protractor is going to come in. And I'm simply going to set my protractor here. It just happens to fit. And I'm going to mark off the 45-degree mark. Okay, because I want an angle that's halfway in between. Okay, and to do that, I'm just going to come up here, okay, and I'm going to mark my 45-degree mark here. Okay, and I'm going to go all the way around. If you don't have a protractor, you can just eyeball it. That's going to be my 1G mark. So when my fluid sloshes up to here, that's going to be 1G. Okay, now I'm going to go from my union to here and mark off halfway in between, which is 22.5 degrees. And that's going to be my 2G mark. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and go 1, 2, 25. Okay, and that's 2 G's right there. And I'm going to make a ring all the way around. Okay, and then again from the union to here, halfway in between. Okay, it's about 11-ish degrees. I'm just going to estimate it because we're getting kind of small now. Okay, 3 G's. Okay, so this is my no acceleration. This is I'm pulling 1 G in a turn, 2 G's, 3 G's, and any more than that, my union gets in the way. So you can make a larger one if you want, if you're doing, if you're on a roller coaster and you want to test that out. Okay, so how do you use this thing? I've got these marks and got maybe these G's going on. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, what you want to do is you want to grab onto one side. Okay, usually it's this side here, and you want to leave these open so you can see them. And when you're in the car and you're, say you're coming up onto a turn and you're going to turn, you're going to find that this liquid is going to slosh up to a certain amount, and you want to get the amount, the highest point that it sloshes up to, and that's how many G's that you pull in a turn. You can just take this and walk around and see how many G's you can make it slosh around to just by moving yourself around. You can also take this and spin around in a circle. You can take it on a roller coaster, you can take it in a car, you can take it on a swing, and kind of get a feel for how many G's you're pulling at which direction. So this is really neat. The reason why this is 1G, 2G, 3, 4, and so forth, that's actually something that you'll learn how to calculate in college. But I thought you'd like to check out how we actually have our college students measure G forces just by taking a quick trip to the hardware store. So go ahead and give that a try.